Hello everyone, this is Rajesh Pillai and I am really excited to present our maiden course on this exciting platform. ReactJS Beyond the Basics is the first course that we are publishing as part of our full stack curriculum which we are developing for the community as an open source content. You can get more information on this on my Medium blog which is displayed on the screen. Please take a moment to go through the content whenever you are free. Now, before looking at the agenda, let us go through some of the smaller applications that we will be building throughout this course. Now, please note that this is a living course and the content will be updated every week over a period of the next few months. And once the full content is published, this course will still stay alive and the updates, the tips and tricks, some techniques, additional materials will be published every month. The first component that we are reviewing is a circular progress bar which is created with SVG. Now in this course you will learn step by step how to create this entire component from scratch. Now this is a very dynamic component and it supports a couple of stylings as well, right? So you can observe all these progress bar are differently styled. I have added a slider in here so that you can dynamically change the values as well. Now one thing that you will learn from building this SVG circular progress bar is that you can take this knowledge and extend this component to support other kinds of visualization as well. For example, a linear progress bar or maybe a line chart or maybe a bar chart. Over the course of this time, we will keep on extending this library and we'll add more components. And the good thing is we will build this entire component mostly from scratch without using any third-party library. The next component is a calendar control. Now again, this is kind of built entirely from scratch in React, no third-party library. The only library that we are using here is the moment.js for date manipulation. Now this is kind of a very good extensible kind of component. So this shows up the current date when it is loaded up. You can navigate between the months. You can double click on this year to change the year. You can click on the month and navigate to a different month. Okay, so this is kind of the thing that you will be building, and you will build again this entire thing from scratch. The idea behind building this entire thing from scratch is you will learn every step very clearly, and also you will be able to customize this as per your requirement. The other big component is the data table component. Now this is kind of the core of this course. Now you will be building an entire reusable data component from scratch in React. Now this kind of conjures up all the fundamental concepts in React. You will kind of learn about component best practices, you will learn about render props, you will learn about high order components and lot of other things. Now this data table is kind of highly customizable. You can see that you can have different types of data in this, right? You can have a text data, you can represent an image, you can have a custom renderer as well. For example, here is a simple progress bar. Now maybe later on you can integrate your custom SVG progress bar in here as well. Now you'll also build a custom pagination from scratch. Again, as I said, we will not be using any third-party library and we will be building entire thing from scratch so that we fundamentally understand how this component works. Okay, now you can also customize the pagination. The search is enabled. You can search on any fields. Okay, and also sorting is supported. You can double click on the headers to sort it out. And the other interesting thing is you can rearrange the column headers by simply dragging and dropping it, right? So I can actually rearrange the columns. Now this single component tutorial will teach you most of the thing that is needed for React programming. So I am really excited for this. The other concept that we will learn in this tutorial is kind of how to build reusable component using high order component. So in this case, we will be building a reusable model dialog and then we will kind of implement an HOC component that can enable that model dialog to be reused in any code. So using this concept, you can build an image gallery, an image slider, maybe a slideshow, or maybe a product list catalog, anything that you wish. Okay, this will kind of solidify your understanding of the high order component. One more interesting application that we will be building is a Minesweeper Classic game. Now this will kind of bring back the nostalgic moment that you had when you were a kid and you used to play Minesweeper game, right? So this is kind of very interesting and this game is also kind of very highly customizable as well. For example, I could change the size of the grid. I could increase the difficulty of the levels so that the save cell and the number of mines changes. I could also enable the debug mode so that I can see where the mines are kept. Now you can be very creative and instead of using these textual values, you can put images as well. This will be kind of very interesting and kind of I look forward to build this scheme together with you. So I hope now you got an idea about some of the cool applications that we will be building, but then feel free to go through the course content and see how much content is being published at this point in time. So almost 12 hours of content is already there, and the next component that we will be working is building this SVG component, the chatting component, as well as the Minesweeper game. So hope to see you in the course. One more final update before I wind up this intro session is that many of the tutorials in this course is being re-edited for clarity. So wherever we have audio issues or things which are not clear, I am kind of adding some prompts and optimizing the audio as well. Okay, so hope to see you again.